What you are going to be doing today is an introduction to Module 15, which is titled Two-Way Frequency Tables. So this is an example of what we're going to be working with over the next few days. So in your assignment today, you are supposed to find the missing values of the numbers in the table. So in this table here, you have A, B, C, and D. So you have to try to figure out what numbers would go in those tables to make everything fit. A couple of things to pay attention to. First of all, notice you have totals right here. So that means all of these numbers along the bottom row are totals. A represents a total of 10 and 10. 30 represents a total of 25 and whatever this number is. 50 represents a total of C and 10. 100 represents a total of 75 and whatever number D is. Alright? Notice also, and that's what we just talked about here, the totals of the columns. Alright, so A, 30, 50, those all represent totals of these columns, and 100 also is a total of this last column. Now, similarly, these numbers here represent totals. The 75 is a total of all of the numbers in this first row. So 10 plus 25 plus whatever this number here is going to be equal to 75. For the second row, 10 plus B plus 10 is equal to D. And then for the last row, A plus 30 plus 50 is equal to 100. Alright? This number here is special because notice this number here, 100, represents a total of this column, and it also represents a total of this row. So this 100 represents the grand total of everything inside the box. Like all of these numbers right here that are not totals, when you add all of those numbers together, it's going to be equal to 100. Alright? So 75 in D is 100, and also the total of these numbers in this row will also be 100. So 100 represents the grand total of everything in the table. So it's like a puzzle trying to find the missing numbers. You just have to think about, what do I know and how can I figure that out? So just start looking around and see what you can figure out. You might notice, alright, A represents a total of 10 and 10, so you easily know that A is going to be 20, right? So A equals 20. And now look along the row, does this match? Is 20 plus 30 plus 50 equal to 100? Yes, it is. So that all works so far, right? Look at B. What number does this have to be? B represents a total of this, 25 in B represents 30. So if 30 is the total, what does B have to be? 25 plus 5 is 30, right? So you know that B is 5. Well, look at the row. Notice along the row, D has to represent the total of this row. So now that you know this number is 5, you can add 10 plus 5 plus 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 10 is 25. So you now know that D has to be 25. And look here, does that work for this column? Yeah, 75 plus 25 is 100. So everything's working so far. Well, you just have one more number, C. You see, you could think about it in two ways. What if you looked at the column? How could you do it? If the total is supposed to be 50, and if this is 10, 50 minus 10 is 40, right? 40 plus 10 is 50. Or, what if you wanted to look at the row? You know that 10 plus 25 plus C has to be equal to 75. So if you take this 10 and 25, that gives you 35. And if you take it away from the 75, 75 minus 35 leaves you with 40. And do you see that, looking at the row, you also get a C value of 40. So that's all there is to working with these tables that are called two-way frequency tables. Alright? So that's what your assignment is today. Try the assignment and let me know if you have any questions.